Hello! Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you are safe and doing well. I hope that you are safe and doing well. So I've done a few videos on Gyaru in the past, but this is really exciting because I've never gotten a chance to speak to a gal who is active in the 90s before. Now, the 90s was the time that Gyaru was really getting started, and some people say that that was kind of the heyday of it. So I have the honor of speaking to Haruka, a Gyaru content creator who grew up in Japan, and Haruka's mom, who was a Gyaru in the 90s, today to talk about what it was like back in the day. So let's go ahead and jump right into the interview. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Well, Haruka, let's start with you. Please introduce yourself. So how and when did you find out about Gyaru?
Hi, I'm Haruka. I'm also known as Harurin7777, but you can also reach me on Instagram at OTKNO Haruka, Haruka. And I started doing Gyaru, I don't remember, but I knew Gyaru from a long time because I just watched my mom and her friends do Gyaru for the longest time. I was interested in her style, but I didn't understand it that much. But I knew that it was a little bit different from a lot of the traditional fashion that was happening. So I started to get interest like maybe around like pre-COVID, around COVID. And then once I had the time to like do nothing, I saw my mom do para para, which is a very popular dance. And I saw my mom do it and I was like, oh my God, that looks easy. That looks fun. And I started doing it. And then when I was watching the videos for it, I saw a lot of people doing Gyaru makeup and Gyaru fashion. And I was like, wow, I really want to do that. So it was a lot of influence from my mom and her dances. And then also finding that out on social media.
I think I saw on your stories recently that y'all were doing like para para together, like pretty recently.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
But well, for those who don't really know too much about the history of Gyaru, could you explain how it started in Japan and also during that time, like what or who inspired Gyaru culture and stuff?
Do you want me to start it or you want to?
Go ahead.
Okay. Basically, like what we know of with the history, it's that the word girl started off like being popular because American influences in Japan around the 70s and 80s. And then around the 80s, there was a bubble generation that caused economic boom in Japan. And because of that, a lot of people started to club and then they started to wear revealing clothes. And the high schoolers and young generation girls would look at that and be like, I want to be like them. And then started copying that. And then around the 90s, Amuro Namie, which is like a Gyaru icon, she debuted. And then everyone wanted to copy her, which was like, they have a name called Amura because they were copying Amuro Namie. The fashion culture itself started in the 90s. And then the term Gyaru started around the 70s and 80s.
I think I've seen the YouTube video that you did on the history. So if anybody watching this wants to, learn more and dive deeper into that, I recommend checking that out. It's really formative. And when you mentioned about Namie Amuro, right? It's sort of similar with like Decora because I don't know if you know of Tomoe Shinohara. But she influenced sort of the beginnings of Decora, which is the style that I'm interested in. The people who would try to dress like her, they would call themselves Shinoru, like after her name. So when I saw that about Namie Amuro, I was like, oh, this is very similar to that too. So that's really cool. Right next to you, we haven't introduced her yet, but if you could introduce yourself. Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So you are Haruka's mom, and for those who don't know, you were part of like, Gyaru culture back in the 90s, right?
Yes.
And so back then, like how and when did you find out about this whole culture?
When?
Yeah,
I don't know.
you remember?
Since my junior high school, is a Namie Amuro, start singing, that we watching TV. Everybody want to be like her. We start going to tanning salon, hair dye like a white, like gold and stuff. Start doing a para dancing, make a tea. with the Gyaru. Yeah, that's my life.
Yeah, well, back then, like, what was it like being gal? Like, was it very popular? Were there a lot of people who
Yes.
were also dressing up and like,
Yes.
you know, yeah, what was it like back then?
Where? It's being one.
Yeah, like
So-
how was it?
how-
どうだった？なんか日本でギャルやっててどうだった？
Fun.
Mm.
Yeah, but no, everybody is like a few people.
Mm.
It's not everybody like a Gyaru. But basically, Gyaru was high school student.
Mhm.
Is with a, what's that called?
Loose socks.
Loose socks. And what's that? The dark skin.
Mhm.
That's called Gyaru.
Yeah.
Is a if somebody have a light skin, we don't call Gyaru.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
There was a huge divide around the 90s with the Shiro Gyaru and
Kuro
Kuro
Gyaru.
Gyaru.
Mm, yeah.
Especially in the 2000s, they got popular, so they got accepted eventually.
Yeah.
But in the 90s, if you didn't do
Mm-mm.
tanning, you are not Gyaru.
Yeah, we don't
Oh.
accept that Gyaru.
Shiro Gyaru is like if you have like lighter skin, right? Like if
Yeah.
you don't have a tan, and then Kuro Gyaru is if you
Mhm.
have a tan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Back then, so people would call those who have a tan and wear loose socks, they are
Mhm.
considered gyaru. So there wasn't like a whole like, oh, if you wear the makeup, if you dress a certain way. For example, now, like on TikTok, for example, there are like some arguments on if you are considered gal if you're wearing the makeup a certain way. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's different back then, right? Where
Yeah.
it was mostly just the tan that was important.
A very different thing. Yes. Now, it doesn't matter the skin color. Everybody can be a Gyaru, I think. But back in the day, no. Yes.
Back then in the 90s and stuff, how did people feel about it? Like, how were you treated by your family and out in public when you were... Yeah.
My family, I don't know. They don't accept me. They always ask me, why you wear like this? Why you hair like that? Yeah, they didn't like it.
I understand. I feel like with a lot of like people who wear like alternative fashions, it's something just different from what others are wearing. Family is like 50% of the time aren't so supportive, which is a bit sad. But I mean, it's cool for the both of you because I'm assuming that you're supportive of Haruka being into gal and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, so that it's cool
yeah,
that
no, so, yeah.
that you can pass down the knowledge that you have. That's really awesome. When you were gal, like, were you part of a gyarusa?
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah, on my team.
Mhm. You were the leader.
I was a leader, yes.
you were the... Oh, wait, so you formed the group or like was it passed down?
It's like a lot of my friends made a para clue. Yes.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, when you had the gyarusa, like, did you have a lot of rules like people had to follow or like meetings? Like, how did that work?
Yes. My team was pretty good people. People never late for the practice for dancing. But we had a lot of rules. Like a don't touch somebody man.
Oh.
Or, just don't use drugs. Or just respect each other. Yeah, kind of stuff. Like a simple rule.
The gyarusa that you had was mainly focused on like para and stuff, but would all of you like go out clubbing together and stuff too, like on the weekends?
Yes, basically. But we had a big competition about the para competition. So we have to practice the dancing for the show. Yes.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Thinking back on it, like what are some of your favorite memories of being gal and with your gyarusa? Like, what are some memories that you have in mind?
Just made a lot of friends. Yes. Had a good time together.
Did you win any like competition with para?
Yeah, we never won, but we had a good time.
Usually when you would practice, para, like how long does it take to practice like a song, like just one song, for example?
3-4 hours.
Oh, okay.
Every weekends, yes.
Oh, cool. We talked about how both of you were doing para para pretty recently, but do you still participate in GAL? And if not, what made you stop? And yeah.
Just, I'm too old for that.
What? No.
My body remember the para para. So my daughter listening the couple songs. I totally forget about it, but my body is remember, so just start dancing. I was like, wow, it's weird.
Well, I mean, would you ever try it again in the future, or
no? No, I'm only tired.
You're still
understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, at heart. The both of you have a unique experience of having like multiple generations of gal in the family. Whenever I would see pictures of like Gyaru moms, it's usually they have like a little baby in like a stroller, or they'll dress like their son and he's like really young and like Gyaruo or something like that. But I've never seen like a mom with a grown child, like both doing Gyaru together. So it's really cool. But, since the both of you have like, Haruka, you're more of the newer generation, and with you, Mom, like, you have knowledge of the older generation. Like, how would you say that Gyaru has evolved since then? Differences from then versus now?
I don't know about the new generation Gyaru cultures. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing. Yeah.
Well, for me, like I've seen like a lot of the magazines and stuff, and it seems like now a lot of Gyaru has come together and agree that we are doing this as like a protest against traditionalism. Where back in the day, I feel like a lot of people were just doing it because it was either the trend, they really liked Amuro Namiya, they just liked the look of it. So I feel like no one back in the day was going out of their way and thinking about that deep about how it was against traditionalism. They probably just did it to do it. Because my mom and your friends did it just to do it. So I'm assuming most Gyarus were doing that as well. But this generation, there's newer Gyaru, especially with Gaijin Gyarus as well, seeing that Japanese people were celebrating untraditionalism and tanner skin tones. I think a lot of people who are minorities felt more comfortable being in the community. I feel like they are more proud of their skin tone. And for me as well, growing up in Japan, I've been insecure about my skin tone for the longest time, but doing Gyaru and seeing that a lot of people are proud of it, it made me proud of it. So yeah.
Nice. I've been seeing that too with a lot of Gaijin Gyaru as well, saying that that's why they love being gal. It's because, it makes them proud of their skin, and that's really awesome. Other than that, like, what do the both of you love about gal and Gyaru? What are some things that you really love about it?
So why different country people are interesting the Gyaru culture? That's I don't know. Yes.
Well, I guess it's because like even in the US, like a lot of tanner skin tones are not being viewed as pretty.
But it's a fashion is a very different. Yeah,
that's a good question. I guess it's just seeing in the media how people dress and they just like it. I mean, it's same thing with Harajuku fashion.
Oh, okay.
Like, a lot of people just look at it and it's like, wow, I like it, and then start doing it. And I think the same thing with Gyaru fashion. Yeah. You're interviewing me. Sorry. But yeah, what do you like about being Gyaru, Mom?
I don't know. That's my life. So, yes. Fashion. Yeah. Everything.
Yeah, that's the generational gap right there. It's Mom's generation is like, we do Gyaru because why not? So it's just fun. We look good, and that's about it. Where my generation, we have like more of like a social context on why a lot of people do Gyaru. Yes. I think, yeah. And
back in the day, we didn't have a social media, so only magazine. So you guys know about the books, magazine Egg.
Yes, Egg magazine.
So everybody did that stuff. So like everybody going out, they're looking for the egg people. but try to take a picture together.
You were on it.
Yeah, I'm on it. Yeah.
What?
With my ex-boyfriend.
Oh my gosh. Wait, how did that happen? Like, did somebody just come up to you and they're like, can I take your picture for egg? Like, how did that?
Yeah, so that's why everybody try dress up. They go to Shibuya. They're looking for the, photographer and magazine people. Yes, then everybody can be a popular because we don't have a social media back in the day. So,
oh, that's so cool. I mean, it makes me think like now too. Do you know of Tokyo Fashion? It's like a blog and they take pictures of people in Tokyo. That's what some people do. They'll like try to look for the Tokyo Fashion photographer to go on the social media page.
Oh yeah.
But oh man, with Gyaru back in the day, was it more like a lifestyle than just like fashion for people?
Lifestyle. Back in the day, Hello Kitty was dancing a para. And Mickey Mouse was dancing a para back in the day. So, yeah, maybe that culture. Maybe, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a 24/7 kind of thing. It's not like you just dress up on the weekends or...
All day, every day.
All day, every day, yeah. For sure. Yeah, with some like Harajuku people that I've spoken to pretty recently, they can only really dress up on the weekends because during the weekdays they either in school or work, maybe their family is not so supportive. So only when they go to Harajuku on the weekends, that's when they can dress up. But I feel like with Gyaru, there's so much of like a lot of lifestyle attached to it with like the para and like the tanning and just like your hair and makeup and everything is just involved in it. So yeah. When you were a gal, like, were you in like your teen years or were you older than that?
Till maybe early 20s. They act quick. The Gyaru. Maybe. What?
No.
Well, if somebody wants to try getting into Gyaru culture and like wearing the style and stuff, do you have any advice on how they should start?
Gyaru is not only fashion, just it's a culture. So, now is a lot of different kind of Gyaru. So I don't know everything, but just respect each other. Yeah, that's all I can advise to people.
Yeah. For me, I would say start by looking into the culture and the history of it because there's so much history that has been done. So learning about it can kind of help you to understand why a lot of people do Gyaru and the things that's important to Gyarus, and credit the people who pretty much inspired it. So thank my mom's generation and be thankful of Amuro Namie and many pop influences too, like TLC, and who else? Beyonce, Destiny's Child.
Yeah, Beyonce.
So yeah, credit them as well, because a lot of the time in the Gaijin Gyaru community, people tend to discredit Western influences, especially Black influences. Where Gyaru, we had a whole thing about Black beauty. Even though it didn't exactly mean Black people, it did take a lot of inspirations from American Black women. So I think we can credit them as well for the fashion and the culture that we have right now. And yeah, just learn about the history and credit the people. That's about it.
Yeah, I did see your TikTok that you did regarding like Black culture influences within Gyaru and with the magazines and showing Beyonce in the magazine, or I think recently Egg, they had was it Doja Cat on the cover, right? So yeah, there's definitely a lot of influences within the culture.
I see
she kind of Gyaru to me. Doja Cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe American version Gyaru.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. When it comes to like what American people credit like Baywatch as like the actual influence from Western culture. But I feel like every time I talk to an older Gyaru who has been in the 90s and I ask them about what inspired them to be Gyaru, it's most likely Amuro Namie. No one have ever talked about Baywatch. So I don't know why a lot of people credit Baywatch.
Who is a Baywatch?
You don't even know. Yeah. It's like a movie. And then it had like blonde girls being like, I'm in the beach.
That's just the white people.
Yeah.
Right?
It is pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh.
Like mom's style
I don't know.
like a lot of the people were like saying that they took inspirations from TLC, like the platform boots and like the pimp coats that some of them were wearing. Yeah, that was like a lot of the time inspired. Amuro Namie herself said that like a lot of the time she get inspirations from TLC, Beyonce, and Naomi Campbell. So yeah,
but everybody different.
Yeah,
that's my case.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think we went through pretty much all of the questions. Haruka, do you have any questions for your mom that you can think of, like
for mom
about Gyaru?
What was like the one thing you always had in your bag, like you could never leave the house with?
Cell phone.
Oh. I thought it was gonna be something cool.
Yeah, that's since the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing.
The flip phone?
Like
like a flip-flop phone.
Did you like deco the phone, like put a bunch of stuff on it?
A lot of Purikura picture.
Oh.
Yeah.
Purikura picture and the decoration. Yes. A lot of what's the called? The strap.
Oh yeah, K-tie strap.
Yeah, K-tie strap. Yes.
Yeah, I have it now.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, like this.
Hey, cute. That was how, you would all keep in contact about like meetings and stuff, is you would just like text each other about it. It's different to now. Now we have like group chats in like
we didn't have it.
WhatsApp or something.
No, we didn't have it.
There were people doing gal back then, but not everybody was gal. It was like just a few people. Right?
My high school was a private school. They only female. Maybe like 30% was Gyaru. The other 70% was a normal people. Yeah.
That's still a pretty high amount though. Like 30% of the people in the school.
Pretty a lot. Yes.
There's like this stereotype about Gyaru that they're very like loud, and
that's true. Yeah, it is. Still, I talk loud, laugh loud.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, like even in Japan, you can tell when someone used to be a gal or not.
Yeah.
Like every time we go to restaurants and we're talking to other people who like also used to do gal, we're always like louder than everyone else.
And we have a language.
Yeah.
Gyaru language.
Yeah.
So if I talk to somebody, they tell me they used to be Gyaru, but they don't know about Gyaru language. So we could take it. Oh, you fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like a slang.
Yeah.
It's English, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of younger people talk about younger culture language. Like the same thing.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of like skating culture, where it's like if you do like skateboards, you need to like know a couple of terms to be like cool with the kids. And then like if you don't know what it is, it's like you're a poser. So it's kind of like that in Gyaru culture as well. Like, you need to know a couple of like Gyaru slangs to be able to be considered Gyaru. Yeah.
Could you teach us one of the slangs, like Gyaru slang? Like, do you remember any?
Do you remember any?
Choberigu.
Choberigu?
Yeah.
Cho means super very good.
Yeah.
Oh,
very good. Cho very good.
Choberigu.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm gonna include that in my vocabulary. I like that. Choberigu.
Yes. What else? 持ってんね。
何それ？
持ってるね。
Ah,
like what's the called?
Like when it's volumey.
Yeah, no.
Or
Mm.
like when you do makeup really good and you don't look
so we
you
use
look
it
prettier.
we use it everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you look prettier than what you usually do, like if you take a picture and you look way better than you usually do, you're like, ah, 못되네. 머리대로 머리대로.
Yeah.
아게.
Okay.
Okay.
That means like keep your like what's it called? Like your feelings, your vibes up, like always
turn it up.
Yeah, turn it up. Yeah.
That's cool. When you like, I thought about it a little bit when you said what was it? Choberi. Wait, hold on. Choberi gu. Okay. There's a song that goes like choberi gude.
I don't know that song. That's a top generation. Yeah. But we using way before that.
I guess like Gyaru these days don't really use it unless they like the like old school Gyaru. So like I would say like this generation of Gyaru, there's like we don't exactly call what we used to call Gyaru. Like I feel like a lot of people are pale now. A lot of people don't do the makeup that they used to do. So a lot of those Gyarus won't say that, but like the Gyarus that like me who look up to the old generation Gyaru and try to copy that, they would still say Choberiga. Yeah.
Don't make a lot of people say that.
Don't say that.
So yeah, so go Japan, the people say Choberiga. So nobody understand it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll understand. They'll just be like, old. That's so old.
Yeah, but what kind of language is that?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
So there's like the stereotype of Gyaru being loud. And I think another one that I thought of, since you were saying how like 30% of your school was Gyaru, like did a lot of them get in trouble and stuff? Like,
yeah. So basically we are thugs. Yes.
Like what sort of antics would they get up to? Like what would they do?
Yeah, it's smoke, cigarette, drinking. Like I do everybody else. Right?
No one, not everybody else.
Yeah.
Very much not.
Go to club underage. Yes, kind of stuff. That's all I can tell right now.
And then you tell me you're not allowed to go to sleepovers. You were going to clubs at your age.
Yeah.
Rude. Double standards.
I mean, because she learned from it back then. She doesn't want you to get into that kind of trouble. You know, as a mom, she just wants to protect you.
Did you learn from it, Mom? Though.
Hope not. Your generation is different, so you gotta go to school every day. Yeah, learn every day. Yes. Don't be like me.
That's what all Gyarus say. And don't be like me.
Don't be like me.
Look at me now, Mom. I am exactly like you. I can't.
Fashion, yes.
Yeah.
Fashion is okay, but no lifestyle.
I think another thing we could talk about is, the mall Shibuya 109. Did a lot of people go there back then?
Yes. Every single day.
Oh, every day?
Yeah, after high school. Yes.
And I know like a couple years back, they changed the logo outside of the mall.
I didn't go back to Japan like 5 years. I don't know how it looks like. Hopefully it's still there.
It's still there.
It's still there.
And I think some shops are coming back up again, or like different, like the platform boots shop. What was that called?
Esperanza.
Yeah, I think something like that was like coming back out again with their boots.
My friends are still walking there.
At Shibuya 109? Oh, that's cool.
You used to work there too.
But not in 109.
Not in 109? Where did you work at?
Shinjuku. Haruka.
Ato Mijin.
Mijin.
Yeah. Mijin was like another popular brand, like next to Arubarosa. That was like a really popular clothing store. And they also worked with Aruba to have like clothings out and stuff, right?
Like Gyaru Dream store.
Yeah, and then she used to work there.
Yes. Back in the day.
Is it still open, like the brand?
No, it's shut down.
Yeah, just like Arubarosa, it doesn't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Was it mostly clothes that they sold? Like, did they also have shoes and accessories and stuff like that?
Yeah, most of the clothes. Mm-hmm.
Like, what kind of clothes? Like, would it have like hibiscus print, like denim? Like, what kind of things were trendy back
Yeah,
then?
hibiscus blend and a lot of ghetto fashion, like fancy color clothes,
Leopard prints and like animal prints.
animal print. Yeah,
And like
like a jeans stuffs.
anything tropical.
Yes, like a Hawaiian clothes.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff.
I guess, you slowly started drifting away from Gal and stuff. And have you ever seen like and kind of kept up with like how it evolved over the years? Because there were like, different styles like Agejo,
Agejo is
Amekaji.
that's after my generation. I mean, right? Yeah. Agejo?
Agejo.
Yeah. But Agejo is what's the call? Buy me drink bar girl. Like a hostess, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like now like a lot of people just do it, but back in the day it was like mostly done by like people who worked in like the night jobs.
Nightclub, like hostess. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's hostess in English
Hostess,
too.
right? Mm-hmm.
Do you know how like people of your generation felt about how Gyaru had evolved from there? Like, did they approve of it or?
ギャルの代わりってママのジェネレーションはどう思ってるの？なんて言うんだろう。なんか嫌い？好き？そう、揚げ状とかさ、アメカジとかそういうのは好き？
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I think cute. Yeah.
Do you accept it?
Yeah, I accept it, but I just don't like it. That kind of fashion, I just don't do it. Yeah, but if somebody looking good, that's good. I like a Lolita too.
Yeah? Yeah, there's like mixture of like Lolita and Gyaru. What's it
Lolita,
called? Hime Gyaru?
Hime Gyaru, yeah.
But that's not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't do it. But if somebody looking good, I think cute.
I'll throw in this other question. Since you talked about Lolita, would you try any other styles? Like, would you ever be interested in trying another style?
Yes, of course. I'm older right now, so I wanna wear like suits, like a businesswoman kind of clothes. Yes.
I thought you were gonna be like, I want to like cutesier stuff. You don't want to try like Lolita?
No.
Why not? I have a Lolita dress.
Oh, no. I'm too old for that.
Boring.
Yeah.
Hey, well, before we say goodbye, do the both of you have any last words or things that you would like to promote?
Thank you for the help me today.
Oh, no, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully you like it. Hopefully you still remember Choberigu.
Yeah, Choberigu. Choberigu, yes.
Yes. Why people do this right now?
I don't know. I don't know.
Wait, y'all never did that back then? Like, when did that start?
We did it.
Oh, like that. Okay.
Or this. Or something.
Yeah, this I think started around like the
Your
2000s.
Yeah.
No, it's 2000s where like the Tsuyome Gyarus like cover their face up like this.
No, that's not my.
That's not her generation.
Yeah.
But like around the 2000s, like 2004, 2005, around there, they were like Gyarus in like a specific style that were doing like this and like covering their face up. I think it was like more popular with like mambas and yamambas.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Gyaru, Yamamba is totally different cultures. So I don't know about Mamba.
Oh yeah, that's also a big difference. Like right now, everyone consider Yamamba and Mamba as Gyaru culture, but back in the day, we had a huge like divide about Gyaru and Yamamba. Like if Gyaru calls other Yamambas Gyaru, they'll be like, we're not the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now everyone's just like saying Yamamba Gyaru.
Okay,
and, like, same thing. Yeah.
Like, why were they against them? Like, was there a reason?
Just makeup different, like fashion different. Yeah. So I have a Yamamba friends used to be. We good, but we don't call them Gyaru. Just because we call Yamamba.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then when did it change that they got accepted into Gyaru? Like why did that happen?
It's like after like TV started to cover Gyaru fashion, and they started calling Yamambas Yamamba Gyaru. So the whole country of Japan, who just watched the TV, who don't know anything about the inside of Gyaru culture, they probably saw it and thought it was the same thing, and then that got passed down through generations. So newer generation just sees Yamamba and Gyaru the same thing, or in the same culture. And yeah, like right now we see Gyaru as the whole thing, and then inside of it there's different kind of Gyaru, like Yamamba and stuff like that. But yeah, back in the day there was like a huge divide on like we're not them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really interesting because whenever people like think of Gyaru, they like immediately think of like Yamamba sort of like style. Like that's the one of the most I mean, other than like Kogal, that's definitely one of the more like popular, like they think traditionally Gyaru sort of look, you know?
Yeah. So it's crazy when like I have like comments being like, this is not Gyaru because you don't look like the Gyarus that I know of, and they're like fashion. And I'm like, yeah, back in the day that wasn't the same thing.
That's
so yeah, you don't have to be Yamamba to be Gyaru, but I think that's like a common misconception in the Western Gyaru
Yamamba people call themselves I'm a Yamamba.
Yeah.
They don't call Gyaru back in the day. I don't know right now.
Was it the same in like magazines too? Like where they would separate both of them too?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think so.
But you would see like Yamambas on egg.
Yeah, but that's called them a Yamamba.
Oh. They were still in the same genre, but like just like they don't say it's the same. It's like the difference between like emo and goth.
Oh yeah.
Like they're still in the same like area of like dark clothing, same similar music, but still they were like a huge divide. Like we don't call ourselves goth, we're emo. Like that's a huge distinction.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's like the closest thing that
similar.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh. It's fun, right?
Yeah, it's so fun.
It's called IggiePuff. Everybody called IggiePuff. Yes.
I think I like this one better.
That's your
Oh my gosh. Like literally it became so popular even in like K-pop, like K-pop idols, they started doing it too.
Jungkook やった。Jungkook.
Okay.
BTS の。
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know about K-pop.
You know Jungkook?
I know Jungkook.
Yeah, he did that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was that popular.
Big deal.
Yeah, and then the Gyaru like song that became famous on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
People would like Gyaru, 超かわいい. Yeah.
そう、歌があるギャル、超かわいい、遊びたい。
超かわいいだから。
あ、はい。
No 超かわいい。超かわいい。
Okay. I'm sorry. Getting Gyaru lectured right now.
Well, you were saying that there's like some misconceptions about Gyaru. Like, is there any other things that you can think of that people get misconstrued about it?
In Japan, I would say that there's a huge misconception with Gyarus and like the provocativeness and like how they like to sleep around. That's like a huge like stereotype in Japan where like there's some of course there's gonna be some that's doing it, but a lot of the time in Japan especially, like a lot of people are not attracted to gyarus in the first place, so there's not like a way they could be sleeping around, and there's a huge misconception that gyarus like to sleep around and stuff, and I wish that could like stop, but it makes sense because a lot of us, our fashion is very provocative, we show a lot of skin, but that shouldn't like immediately equate to like
right, yeah,
all the time. Yeah, I just feel like we just want to look cute and sexy and wild, so I feel like there's nothing wrong with that, so I wish that misconception can like stop.
Yeah, clothes don't equal consent. Like even if somebody's dressing promiscuously, that doesn't give you like the right to touch them or think that they are easy or something like that.
Yeah.
You know? So,
but I think that also thing in Japan as well. Like gyarus would get touched a lot because of the way.
We got a lot of sexual harassment too.
Yeah.
On the train. Yes.
Yeah, that's a huge issue, like in Japan, like just harassments that happens to gyarus.
We just smacked the shit out of
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. But yeah, I've heard that there's like chikan, like into that.
A lot.
So, yeah, that sounds really scary. Yeah. Did you have any last words, Haruka, before we go, or anything you want to promote?
You.
Oh, well, follow me on TikTok right now. My main account is banned, so I'm using Harurin77770, but I'm in the process of trying to get it back. But yeah, and on Instagram, I'm otk no Haruka, Haruka. So follow me on there so you can know what my 500th TikTok account would be. So yeah, follow me there.
Yay! Oh, I think what I was wanting to say earlier was about how in anime, how they portray Gyaru, they make them seem very like promiscuous and stuff.
Because of like the long generation of people thinking Gyaru is promiscuous. In Japan, like that's not attractive, seeing people that's like when someone thinks they sleep around, they don't want to, be with that person. So I think because of that, a lot of gyarus end up not being able to have boyfriends or girlfriends because of that stereotype. They just don't have many experiences with love. Yeah.
Everybody think every gyaru like gyaru.
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't like it. I didn't like gyaru. Why? Yeah. I had a lot of ghetto friends, but I never date with it.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
What were they like? Were they like Gyaru, where they were also like very loud and stuff?
Yeah, they were loud and also like very flirtatious. So I think that's like something that a lot of people didn't like. They were like the way they talk to girls are very smooth.
But a lot of ghetto like ghetto.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not me. Yeah.
Were there a similar amount of Gyaruo and Gyaru? Like there were also a lot of Gyaruo too?
Yeah.
Yes, a lot. But my high school was only female. So
yeah.
But every time I go to Shibuya, it's a Gyaruo everywhere. So yeah, I can be a friend, like say hi. But that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like the main difference with Gyaru and Gyaruo right now is that like back in the day there was like almost equal amount, but now Gyaruo itself looks completely different. You would never see like Gyaruo that does like old school Gyaru things. Like they might like do para or they might like curl their hair or something like that, but you would never see like the extended version of like what it used to be, like the crazy tweezed up hair. Maybe there is, I don't know. It's just like you never see it ever on social media.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Maybe someday.
Yeah, maybe someday.
Yeah, somebody.
Yeah. I hope so. I would like to see
cool. Yeah. I mean, 'cause there is like a little bit of a Heisei revival happening right now, so maybe more people will try it. I think whenever I see like guys in Japan, they mostly like look like host club people. Like,
I guess they are like the modern.
Yeah,
gyros.
maybe so.
Yeah.
But a little different, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Did any Gyaru try to like flirt with you back then?
Yeah.
Like,
a lot.
get away.
Yeah. Just the friends. Yes. I don't like it.
Understandable. We all have our own tastes. But yeah, I think that's all my questions that I have for you both today. I really, really appreciate both of you for your time. This is such a huge honor getting to talk to the both of you, so I appreciate it. very, very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you again to both Haruka and Haruka's mom. You can check out all of Haruka's links linked down below in the description. I'd love to know what you think about what it was like back then. And if you were a gal who was active in the 90s as well, I'm super interested to know what your experiences were like as well. And also if you're still active now. But thank you so much for watching all the way through. Thank you to my lovely patrons. I'll see y'all in the next video, so take care and bye-bye.